Right then folks, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to give it a go. Right, basically, I've got some fish to treat today. Right, dog barks when you start. I've got some fish to treat, mostly just a fin rot on them, and some other little bits and pieces where I've got to investigate, which I've noticed today. If I can find the tamardine, we get that a blast. But with a fin rot, what I like to do is I like to trim the fins. And then this is PP, just PP, mostly crystals and a bit of a paste. So there's a touch of pond water in there, mostly PP, crystals. So when it's trimmed, I'm going to basically paint the PP on where I've trimmed, and that should seal the wound and let it crack on. Right, the fish is almost under. It's a fish I had from Quenny quite some time ago. It's a female fish, looks very egg bound. It also looks like it's got an ulcer coming out on the side, so I can see me having to lose this fish as well, not just like the others. So. Right then, hopefully you can see this on the camera. I'll wrap the fish up in a wet towel, soaking wet. People probably do this different ways. I mean, as you can tell, first of all, no gloves. So, as you can see on the tail, I'm hoping the camera's picking it up. Just here, you've got some fin rot here. So what I'm looking to do is to trim that out and paint some of this on. I'll give it a quick look over and then we'll see where we go from there. Now, I'm hoping these are going to be sharp enough. So we take out all the bad. Trying to leave the main ray and come back just slightly further than what the bad has took so far. I hope my arm ain't in the way. If we don't touch the main ray, the fin will grow back. Touch the main ray and it's how you're going to come. You'll never get the main ray back, which is unfortunate really, because there was a few which I had to take the main ray off. So what we've got now is a nice clean cut. Just take that little bit out there. So we've now got a nice clean cut, as you can see. Bit of blue roll, just dab any excess water off. This is the only thing so far which I've noticed with this fish, other than when I put it in the bowl to anaesthetise it. It had got that underlying, what looks like an underlying ulcer, and I'll show you that in a sec. So what we do, we just paint it on, paint this stuff on all around the cut. This is just normal everyday PP, potassium permanganate. So if you've never seen it before, this is what you'd do with it when you trim. Well, this is what I do when I trim a fin. I ain't going to say everybody does the same, but that's all it needs. That'll stay in the fin now for a few days. But that really, because we've took all the badness out and all the infected area, that shouldn't come back. And then what we do with this swab, we chuck it away. Okay, so that's the fin done. As you can see, it's got a big belly on her. I think it's ready to spawn myself. Big belly on the fish. It's about 3 or 4 years old now, this fish. I've noticed that there, which is where she jumped out the pond when I first had her, and she landed on concrete, so there's no scales. Looks a little bit swollen. Now that it's head broken, so there's nothing I can do about that. But general inspection of the fish, everything else looks okay, I think. Okay, there's a bit of pinking on the fins, but that's because it's out of the water at the minute and starting to come round. But yeah, generally everything else looks to be, other than the body shape, and I think the eggs have fell back now, so they might have to be spawned. The eggs look like they fell back, so you've got the squareness on the front, but you've also got the bulge here now, which to me is going to be eggs. So there you go, that's all you do. Fin rot, trim it off, trim the bad off, put some potassium on, put it back in the pond. There you go. Right, let's get another one out. The Yamabuki is also the same with the anal fin, so I might do that. But I've also got the Kiatsuri, which is quite a big fish, which has got That kitsuri just under the net now. It's got a mark on its nose, and I've noticed it's also got a mark on its tail. Now I think there might have to be some scales come out on its tail, but we'll have a look at that in a bit. The treatment for that for me is either Tamidine or mercurochrome. Here again, people are different, they'll all do it their own way. This is my take on it. So we'll get another fish out, I'll come back to you. So fish number 2, this one I had it that long, to be fair. Let me just take it out a little bit. I really had it long, but what I've noticed is when I come back off holiday, I reckon if I'll do this one-handed, a rub on its nose. It's got so I would imagine it's caught itself under them, under the cowpins, because over on that side, just over there, as I've said before, there's a patch of moss, sphagnum moss, and they absolutely root themselves in it. But also, yeah, there you go, within a couple of weeks, look, within a couple of weeks we've got an ulcer busted out on the tail stump. So yeah, this is going to be fun. This is the sort of issues I've had for, well, 2 years. But there you go, that was fine, that was before I went on holiday. So I've had 11 days away, come back, and there you go. Just shows how quick an ulcer can take place. Absolutely spotless that was. Right, I'll come back to you. So I've got the fish on the towel. Now the nose I'll sort in a minute, but I need to look at this first. As you can see, this is an ulcer. This is the sort of thing what's been breaking out on all my fish. It's basically the scales have gone there, and we've got dead scales, which I can feel. That's a dead one. You can feel dead and raised scales all around the wound. So we're going to squeeze some of this out, which ain't pleasant. So this is just underlying, basically pus, if you like. This fish ain't properly out yet. I'm going to squeeze some of that out. It's like a big lump under the scales here. So there you go, you can see it squirting out. Push that out. Looks a bit brutal on now, but you've got to be cruel to be kind. And get rid of all that as best we can. Right, what I'm going to do now, it's all settle down. Right, I better get him back in the bowl before he does himself some damage. I thought he was out, but obviously he ain't. Get him back in the sedator. Okay, he's had another 5 minutes in there with some extra sedate as well. You can see now that the blood's starting to rise through the wound. I can't feel any more dead scales, but we'll carry on giving it a bit of a push, making sure that the dead scale, anything nasty underlying, try and get as much of it out as we can. That skin in the centre of the wound is infected skin as well, so I'm going to dry it off. Dry the wound as much as possible. This skin really needs trimming away. It's doing no good other than making the issue become even worse than what it should be. So I'm going to try and get some of that skin off. Do some nail scissors really, but I ain't got none, so I'll just have to get it off as best I can. So guys, if you've ever got to do any of this, get your missus nail scissors, don't tell her. So the skin in the middle of this wound, to me, don't look the best. So that skin there looks to me as though it's a bit nasty, and that scale's got to come out. But this is showing people who's never done this exactly what you have to do. I'm sorry if my hands are getting in the way, but I'm right-handed. Just get the edge off that. That's better, that edge is off now. Well, I've been getting this. At least you can see what's happening. So we got fresh blood under there, which is a good sign. Trouble is this fish don't want to knock out. I've had to put extra sedating. So my choice for this because Tamadine don't seem to have done too much for these sort of wounds in the past, is mercurochrome. So I'm going to mercurochrome this, and then we get into the scale pockets right in as far as we can get. This should kill anything in there. This fish is going to flip again in a minute. I need to dry this in as best I can for a minute. Nice to see Duncan's get us some decent brushes, unlike the first bottle I had where the brush was just rubbish, if I'm honest. So that's pretty much as I need on there, you know, just sort of making that go in. I need that really just to sort of settle in and soak in a little bit. Yeah, and then you know this wound sealer stuff you keep buying, such as propolis, which I've got here by the way, and other stuff. Why not just go to the chemist? This is the same stuff, so I'll use this anyway. Go to the chemist, get yourself some Friar's Balsam. This is Friar's Balsam, which has been relabelled by them. So it's all this is Friar's Balsam. You'll get it from the chemist. It's about 50p, but I've got it knocking about. So right, as long as this fish don't kick, I've got to dab this off. They never knock out when you need them to, do they? There is a big fish. So that's all dabbed off now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to seal that. So we get a couple of these. And this is how we seal it. Friar's Balsam, or whatever it is they call it. Just dab it on. I have in the past actually just tipped it on and then spread it round with these, but it's just as good just to dab it on. Again, I'll probably get some comments, oh, why are you doing it that way, what are you doing that for? You know what, this is my fish, I paid for it, this is how I decide to treat it. If you don't like it, don't comment. You might help somebody out if the bugger will sit still, because it really ain't knocked out properly. So that's got enough fries on there. You can see the slight colour change as well. This sun's doing me a favour by just drying it out a little bit. I haven't had a chance to look at this nose yet. Again, that's infected. That's infected on the nose, so I'm going to have to try and get this back into the sedate and try and sort that nose. There's a bit of infection in that nose, which I want to get some stuff on as well. Nasty skin. I might be able to do this for me. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but what I'm doing, I'm just scraping the stuff out, the nasty dead skin from the top. It's like an infected scab. Again, on there with mercurochrome, straight off, no messing. Straight on there. So while that's drying, I'm treating this. So again, get rid of them, because we've already treated one wound with them. A couple of them for the nose. I did this on a chagoi with mercurochrome once and it healed up lovely. Try and get them problems I'm having now. This is going to look horrible when it goes in the water because this stuff just flakes. This fryers. So, just an insight as to what I've had to go through for the last 2 years, and this is a regular occurrence. And I mean, as you can see, it's a nice fish. Kitsuri, nice size. But I've lost fish bigger and better. But you can see the wound now. That's as good as I can treat it for the minute. Still bleeding. This will have another treatment probably tomorrow. I'll get it out again tomorrow. But back in the pond. The mercurochrome contains acroflavin, so you can probably see the green tinge. So there you go. He'll come round in a minute. So as I said, I've just put him back. He'll come round in a sec. The other one's swimming about somewhere. The first one I done, there it is, just going up the bottom, under the bridge. Just going under the bridge now. That's the first one I did. I've got several others to do, but I ain't going to bore you with it. You've seen two different scenarios now. You've seen fin rot, where you clip away the fin and you treat with potassium permanganate. That's how I do it. I say, and that's how you do it, and I advise anybody else to do that, but if that's what you feel comfortable with, then that's what you do. There's the shower now, just swimming about. That one will come round in a minute. There's a couple of other issues I've got to try and get sorted in here, that brown shag being one of them, and the Yamabuke, which are both over there having a look at what's going on. So I'll get them out. I haven't seen the chocolate shag yet. I've got to decide as to what's going to happen with him. Trouble is with the state of the water at the minute, it's hard to see anything unless they're sort of within 2 foot of the surface, and then I've got a chance. So right, I'm going to bore you with the rest. The scenarios are pretty much the same but in different places. So there you go. That just gives you an insight of what I have to do to try and get on top of this bacterial infection. If anybody's got any better suggestions, then let me know. I mean, the only thing on it I didn't use just was wound cleaner. But when Mercury Crown touches it, you don't need it. You know, he's just kicking off now. Bugger. Took some bloody knocking out. He'll sort himself out in a minute once that water gets through his gills. Right then guys, thanks for that. Thanks for watching. Any suggestions as to what else I can do? I mean, like I've said in the past, there's so much gone into this pond. There's so many fish been lost now out of this pond. You really wouldn't believe it. I had to put a load of fish down a few weeks ago. Anything with a wound on. If that would have had that wound when I looked at everything else, that would have probably been gone as well. Which is gutting on now, but when you watch a wound like that, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Every day you get it out, it's bigger still. You've got no chance with it. So right, I'm going to crack on because I've got so much to do, and I'll catch you later. Get a quick look at this. Quick look at this one. I'm going to bore you with the details, but as you can see, the anal fin's pretty bad on this, so I've got to clip that main ray, that main bottom ray. Now I love this fish, absolutely stunning. Yamabuke this is. Again, looks female, I haven't looked yet, but it looks female to me. But that anal fin is the only thing what I've seen on this fish. I've just turned it over a couple of times in the boil, so it's ready to go on the mat, and I'll get this one clipped, get some PP on it. I might even have to seal this one because it's quite a bad one, and we'll see where we go from there. Happy days. Well, not so happy days. See you in a bit. There it is now, with the nasty off. I haven't put anything on it yet. I've tried to keep as much of the shape up as I can. This is one hell of a bone here. One big bone. Again, female. See by the vent. Sorry, our camera's all over the place. But that bone there is a proper thick bone, so it took a bit of cutting. As you can see, it's bleeding. I've took all the badness, I hope, off. I better just spin her over and have a look, but gutted. You'd never know, you'd never guess I like this fish, would you? There you go. Sorry about this camera work, but this is what I've done: PP'd, tamadined, and sealed. So the redness, all this redness over here is tamadine. Before you start thinking it's blood, it's actually that stuff there. So PP'd it, which I've always been told, and I always found that PP is the best for fin clipping. Seems to seal the wound straight away, but I've sealed it with some fryers anyway. While I'm at it, I just want to thank or give a shout out to the one person who basically learnt me everything I know, and still does. He's always there for me. He's top bloke, so he knows what I'm on about anyway. Tony Barker. He's always been there for me. He's, well, not only me, for the rest of the club members as well. Top bloke he is. I've just gone into low power mode, so I'm going to put the phone on charge, get this one back in the pond. Now it's dried off a bit, and I'll catch you later. So as you know guys, I'll share the good as well as the bad. There's a goshki. Now I know for a fact that this one was mint because it was all feeding out my hand before I went on holiday. No marks on it whatsoever. So 11 days, and this is what you get. People will call me liar, but I've got people who will vouch for me. That's how quick these issues happen. Obviously I've been on holiday. That for me, to be honest, is a loss. I'll never get that back because he's spreading up the body. spreading up the body, as you can see. Jag oil what's in the bowl has got to have its tail clipped, although it does look to be healing, so I'm going to assess that. But yeah, showing the good as well as the bad. And that Goshke, I'm afraid he's going to have to stay in the sedate for a few hours and then he's got to go. And that's what I've had to do with a lot of fish. People don't realise exactly how much money I've put into trying to sort this pond out, and that's why I think the rebuild's got to happen. Either the rebuild or it's just got to be emptied and totally sterilised. Bleach again. Get it bleached. But the new filter system's on its way. As you can see, the Yamabuki is up and just tossing about now, still a bit groggy. There's the shower going across there. So yeah, welcome to my world, folks. It's all good and well on camera and a lot of people to do it. There's the chocolate jag just sitting behind that white Hogan. Everybody says how happy the fish are and one thing and another, but you know what, life ain't always a bed of roses. And my last 2 years, last 2 seasons even, I'm really proving it. Well, I got videos of this pond when it was absolutely full of fish and thriving, but I'm slowly, one by one, getting wiped out. There you go. I think I've, oh there you go, just about to see you. But that battery's gone, catch you later. Right then folks, there's an executive decision been made. I asked the missus to make it, but I wouldn't. We've got the showers in. That's sitting at 20 degrees at the minute, that water. I've put the spawning brushes in, these showers. There's also a Kawaku male down there, the Ginrin shower and a normal shower. The Ginrin shower's male as well, which I don't know if you can see from here. The Ginrin shower is on the right at the moment. It's a bit blurred for some reason. I might have some crap on the lens, but just give you a quick wipe. I'm doing all sorts today. I think it's just a case that it's taking a focus, if I'm honest. Right, where are we? On the left is the female, on the right is a male Ginrin shower. Coming down here is a Kawaku. There's the other male shower, the Ginrin. So just put them in. It's around about, hang on, you can't tell the time while I'm videoing, around about 7:30. So hopefully they might kick off at some point tonight or in the morning. As I said, I'm at 20 degrees. The only thing I'm a bit dubious about is these fish have been kept together for some time. So we'll see what happens anyway. But yeah, there you go. Another try at the spawn, I suppose. Let's hope this one works. So I'm going to get them covered up and I'm going to leave them alone. Catch you later. Just for the people who are interested, as I said, when I come home on Wednesday, the pond was pea green. I couldn't really see the fish unless I broke the surface. It's now Sunday, midday, and I'm seeing the fish now at 6'2" down. Now there's an Atsuri just down there, and you might just get a glimpse of white bits around them, just on the floor there. What that is pearl barley. So since Wednesday to Sunday, that's the clarity now. So yeah, what's that? 4 days? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're on the 5th day, so 5 days, 4,000 gallon, pretty much, well, I won't say cleared because I know people like their clarity crystal clear, but that's clear enough for me. I can see what's going on with the fish, and they're still enjoying the green water. So probably give it another 24 hours and then turn the UV off. And I'll have to get them out again today and treat a couple of them, I think. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Right then guys, just to finish off this one. As you know, I went down to Devon last week and I saw Martin. That's all been put on now, so we know all the story about that. Come on, Bally. Whew. I've had a parcel. I had a parcel today. Now, I know you can't see a lot of it, but there it is. Nice big parcel. Oh, let's get it out. I'm like a kid in a sweet shop when stuff like this comes. Right, I've got the scissors, but I don't have the scissors I'm going to cut cut it as such. It might just about, so we'll go down the edge. Very careful just in case. Just wrap this like you don't want me to open it, in all fairness. Now I know where it's from, I know who it's off, and what do you know, it's like a parcel in a parcel. I should have played some music really and played Pass the Parcel with this and stuff, you know what I mean? So we'll get rid of that one. Good job the missus are throwing stuff about. And we'll start on this one. You know when you thought, oh, it'll just be a couple of second video, but no, fair play, fair play. It's packed well, I've got to give him that. So yeah, as I said, I was down Martin's in Devon, as you already know, and we did whatever. If you remember, I did say I'm going to do some business. That's what I did. I just wonder if Martin wants all this cardboard back. There's 3 trees here. Only joking, mate, only joking. Also, I've had no comments really as such, other than one on got to do things at once, as you can tell. I've had no comments as such, other than only one, other than about me subtitles. You know, I said we've got subtitles. Now, when I struck a deal with Martin, he did say to me that he would give me something to give away, so we've got 2 of these. Now I'm very close, I think, I checked today, I'm very close to 350 subs. So what I might do is what we did before, we did the duck race. If you don't know what these are, if you've got the NT Labs test kits, these are the holders for the vials. So you've got everything marked up on there. I know the camera don't show it very well, but they are good. I've got 2 of these, we'll do 1 each, so there's 2 to give away. When I hit 350, I'll get it on the next video, hopefully, and we'll do it then. So, them are the giveaway prize for one of them. I'm never so excited. It's like Christmas. You know when you thought something was just going to be, yeah, just go do a quick unveiling. This is to finish this week's video off as well. Also, he's done me a couple of them. Top load. These are top quality as well, I tell you. These are really good. One in red, and of course one in white. So we've got the 2 of them. These though, I have ordered them, but these are going up until the new pond's done, or until I've done what I've got to do. When I've done what I've got to do, it's either going to be a new pond or maybe an easy pond. These will go up then, but until then, take note of them, like and subscribe, and we'll go from there. I'll wrap them back up. And then we have the pièce de résistance. I hope. Just hope they sent me somebody else's, but we'll check. Do you want me to send you the money as well, Mark, for the sellotape? Nah, you know, I'm laughing and joking, but to be fair, these are really packed well. So if you do order anything from Marty, these you guarantee pretty much that it's going to come in A1 condition, the way he sent it out. I mean, I've seen some of the stuff that Martin did while I was down there, and it really is mint, if I'm honest. So, just trying to separate it. Oh, forgot about them ones. Show you these as well. If you're wondering where I've had these from, if you're new to my channel and you're thinking, oh, I'd like some of them, have a search on YouTube for Devon Koi Pond, and that's Martin. Martin's the guy who makes all this, and he'll sort it out. Get in touch with Martin, he'll sort it out. Hey, press the play. Press the play. So yeah, red and white play buttons as well. Don't know what my missus is going to make of it when I see it. They'll probably say, oh, you're tacky. You can get it tacky now. Well, never mind. Right. Let's see if we can get this one open. I thought I'd cut the tape, but obviously not. trying to do it in between the cardboard just to try and save any mix or anything. So get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Bear with me, guys. Bear with, you can fast forward if you like, because it might take me a while. If I was any good with editing, I'd put one of them on the next day. It's in here somewhere, I know it is. Where is it? How's I get at it? Right, I'm going all the way around with the scissors. Just frightened in case I catch it. Oh, I hope we have an opening. Yeah, I can get it out there. You might tell just by the shape what it's going to be. Can you guess what it is yet? I shouldn't really do that, should I? It's one of our childhood things, though, that is. So yeah, there you go. I've had a plain black one off Martin. I thought it'd look nice against the red background, so I said to Martin, can you do me a plain background one? Yeah, he said no problem, so there you go. Mark, thanks for that. But if you look on the back, hey, proper Black Country bloke look, proper. Gotta love it, yeah, gotta love it. So yeah, that's going to take pride of place when the new pond, when the new build's done. I might even stick it up somewhere just in the background, just for now, but it's a shame to spoil it yet. It's bang on. Thanks ever so much, Martin, if you're watching. Also, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to Martin's channel, get yourselves over there, press the like and share, tell him I've sent you. He really is a top bloke and he's got a cracking pond. Really has got a cracking pond. You were happy with the clarity when I was there, but it was, he's his own worst critic, if you like. He's absolutely bang on. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to leave it there. Catch you later.